Guys, welcome to the new weekly market outlook. We will start with the economic news calendar. I outlined already which days are tradable. Like we can see Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday trade days. No specific red folder news. And on Thursday we need to be careful because it is the day prior the NFP, and on Friday we will trade after the NFP passes, so we should be pretty fine. As always, NFP is the big three red folder news. That is always the first Friday once the new month is opened up, so the volatility is expected to kick in. Let's start with indices today. We can see that monthly candle closed with the bullish aggressive close, expanding to the upper side, which means that the next monthly candle is expected to continue in the same direction higher. On the weekly, on both assets, we can see that we are running the previous week high, and the next candle is also expected to be continuation by the candlestick logic. And on the daily time frame as well, we are in a bullish trend constantly. We even created the internal towards the external range liquidity push context, which we may get feel of right here, especially on the S&P because of this daily candle close, while this one is much stronger and is expected to just continue higher. But I'm expecting this FEG to be filled once we open up, and from there we are expected to move higher if we get the lower time frame confirmations on the 4-hour and 1-hour time frames. Let's see what's happening on the commodities. Also top-down analysis from the monthly. We can see that monthly is basically chopping. Why? Because the last month's close was basically inside, and we are inside of the range. Like you can see right here how this candle closed. Nowhere, no manipulations in any side, which is just consolidation, same as right here. But what can we see on the weekly is that silver is much stronger right now because of this week. That means that on the lower time frames we are pushing higher. We have the bullish continuation trend, and from this previous week low as a sweep, we can expect previous week high as the next closest through on liquidity if we get the lower time frame confirmations and continue to push higher. On the daily we are seeing that we flip this opposing FEG. We also are running the previous day high and just by that we have a lot of low resistance liquidity resting there. We should be focusing on the silver as a stronger asset, and we are looking for longs. On the 4-hour time frame as well, we have the narrative. If we are going higher, where are we going higher from? Well, this 4-hour FEG with the overlapping array is a pretty good area to move higher from, towards this external range liquidity first as the first doll, and then to the previous week high. So if we are going higher, we should do so from here. If this fails, then we are going lower, same as this one, but focus is on the silver because it is much stronger asset. Let's review the crude oil. So on the monthly we have created this huge FEG that's actually a hidden breakaway gap right there. We also have the equal highs right here, previous month high plus this swing high, leaving the equal highs, which are the great draw on liquidity. On the weekly we can see that previous week high is getting ran, so the next candle, weekly candle, is expected to be continuation, potentially towards those equal highs. What's happening on the daily? We are also in a bullish trend, continuously creating new FEGs. We are now inside of this daily FEG. Only problem we have is that we are running the previous day low. We closed like a run, disrespect on this level, and we closed inside of the daily FEG. What does that mean? That means that on the lower time frames we are most likely having the opposing order flow. And once we zoom in, we can see that this 4-hour FEG is the opposing order flow right here. And this is the only resistance level basically that is resisting us from going towards the previous day high. And we need to flip this 4-hour FEG in order to price to have one-sidedness and deliver it towards the previous day high in big favor, in our favor. So this is what I'm looking for, flip of this FEG and then no resistance, just push towards the previous day high and other. Let's go to the BTC. BTC had monthly close. We had the breakaway gap that's filled. Monthly candle that's current is most likely going for the 2 candle rejection because this was such a small fill. I'm expecting for price to go much higher and then to deliver lower because we didn't see any sweeps of the liquidity. Potentially we make the 2 candle rejection and then continue lower. If this FEG fails, the next row on liquidity will be this one at 98k, which is also the 3-month FEG, like you can see right here. But that's the case. If this FEG fails, we still have one more chance to go and sweep this monthly breakaway gap, this 2 candle rejection. Weekly is still in a bullish up trend right here, but no proper trend because there are no displacements. I'm expecting it to sweep this previous week high and then just we'll see what happens. On the daily we have the push breakaway gap right here, internal towards the external. We didn't feel it, so most likely with this close is gonna be breakaway gap. Target is firstly previous day high and then previous week high, those equal highs. For the bearish scenario, I will demand sweep of this 2 candle rejection. And on the daily, I will need to see daily FEGs pointing lower. Until then, I'm still neutral until we flip this monthly FEG. If we flip that, then I'm bullish towards the 98k. Right now I'm neutral, nothing is confirmed, but for the bearish scenario this is what I will need to see. So sweep of that FEG, 2 candle rejection and then continuation to the lower side. Ethereum much weaker than the BTC, no point in analyzing that. Solana as well, Aster chopping, no proper analysis to be made right here. And hype is the only good asset to chart. So monthly close like a sweep on the previous month high, but previous month high, this new one is the current row on liquidity in my opinion. If you go to the weekly candle swept both sides, previous week high and previous week low, but this is the last chance for this FEG to push us higher from this previous week low towards this swing high. If we go to the daily, we have the push context right here, which is inside of the range, which is making it lower probability, but this is a clean context to deliver us towards the previous day high. And then if we get a closure above that towards this swing high, which is the previous month high. Let's see on the 4-hour time frame. I said in the group that we need to flip the rejection high, which is this one right here. Once we flip that, the price is free to move towards the previous day high from this daily push context, and then weekly it's aligning, it's pretty bullish, so I'm looking to see higher prices at least at $46 for now. If this FEG fails, firstly the daily will need to fail, then the weekly, and BTC will need to drag it down, but for now it's aligning pretty good. So yeah, safe trading next week and peace.